30 minutes of side split stretching, and hopefully we will not have technical difficulties. Let's see, we got 12 seconds, 13 seconds of the video running. If you have never been here before and you're just trying to figure out what's going on, all I've done is ramble so far. We do 30 minutes of live side split stretching, starting usually about 15 minutes ago. And we do this live to help you stay consistent, to help me stay consistent, to build a little community around side splits. So if that's interesting to you, please hit subscribe and make sure to get notifications to come back for one more live. All right. Whew. From the top, we are starting over because of technical difficulties, and that means we have lots of warm-up to do. I'm already sweaty and warm, but if you're just joining in, let's get started. So hip cars are all about moving your legs and hips through their full range of motion using muscle power. What we're going to do is bring that knee up as high as you can bring it, open it as wide as you can open that hip, rotate that hip or rotate the leg so that the ankle is as high as you can lift it, and then bring the leg down and back so it's slightly behind the standing leg, flexing your hamstrings and your glutes. I pointed to them in reverse order. That is the first rep. And yeah, if anybody's on right now, please share in the live or share in the chat if you're experiencing any issues with any lag or audio, and let me know. All right, Foxy Roxy says confirming that audio works. Awesome, great. All right, let's keep going. We are doing 9 more reps of hip cars. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. 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 And I'm pretty sure we've done 10, so let's continue. I have a random, I have a random YouTube banner across my screen, and I couldn't figure out if that was a comment or if that was something weird. Anyways, let's keep going. Switch to the other side. High knee, open, ankle, down and back. 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 I think that's 10. Let's continue and do the reverse. What that means is if you're standing up straight, we're going to stick that leg down and back first, flexing the hamstring and the glutes. Then we're going to lift to the side like we're about to kick somebody. Then bring that knee up, ankle down, and then bring all of that forward and keep that knee as high as it can go. We got a couple people on right now. If you've never been here, we do 30 minutes of live side split stretching every single day to build a little consistency with community. And yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to hit subscribe so that you get notifications when we keep coming back. All right. Hello, Amen. All right, we're going to do hip cars on the other side. And hip cars, for the people who just joined, is a high knee, opening up that hip. This is all using muscle power. Rotating so that the ankle goes up as high as it can go. And then bring the leg down and back behind the standing leg by flexing your hamstrings and your glutes. All right. This is all about getting range of motion and getting a little bit stronger at the extreme range of motion. So let's go. We're going to do 10 of these. 1, 2. If you are slightly off balance, feel free to grab onto a wall, a chair, a stool, anything to help you stay balanced. On my other hand, I have a really high chair I can hold on to, and that's how I'm staying stable. All right. Here's 5, 6, 7. And if you're wondering why we're doing this and not side splits, it's because we are warming up our bodies for side splits. If you just try to drop into your side split right at the very beginning, it will be very hard to get into a deep position. All right. We're going to go in reverse order back on this side. And it looks like this. We're going to lift that leg down and back, sideways like we're going to kick somebody, ankle down, and then knee forward. All right, let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, all right. We're done with hip cars. Yeah, we're moving on to the next stretch, and it is elephant walk. All right. So to get into elephant walk, we get into this sort of L shape like this, and we bend one knee, straighten the other. We put weight into the straightened leg. I call it a sassy hip. So if I were facing you from the front, this knee over here is bent, this leg is straight, and I put the weight into my hip like that, and I call this a sassy hip. All right. So from here, I want you to bring your belly button down as low as it can go, and I want you to grab that straightened leg, the calf, and open up your chest in the direction of your straightened leg, and reach. Look at that hand, and see where you're pointing, so you know where to go for next time, and switch to the other side. All right. Same thing. Let's keep going. We're going to do 10 of these as well. Here's 2. Remember, the goal of this is working on the hamstring and that side glute area. So if you start focusing more on the back rotation and stop feeling it in your hamstrings and in your glutes, then put the arms down and focus on the hamstrings and the glutes first. Whew! I am sweating. All right. I think this is 6, 7. I'm going to switch it up and just focus on the hamstrings and glutes for a little bit. 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right. Those are the elephant walks. How often should I include elephant walks in my mobility work for the best results? Elephant walks are generally pretty low impact, so I recommend integrating them into something like that once a day is not bad. Because you're not putting your muscles into an extreme range of motion. You're warming them up for the most part. They definitely help to prepare the body, but you'd have to work really, really, really hard at them for a really long time for it to be a really intense stretch. So we don't use it as a stretch for that reason. It's mostly a warm-up that really, really prepares the body because there's a lot of movement involved and there is some stretching involved. Yeah. Let's keep going. All right. So next warm-up exercise that we are doing is the Cossack switch. So what that looks like is I want you to point your feet approximately 30 to 45 degrees out to either side. Open up the legs nice and wide and try and drop down in that direction onto one leg. I want you to try and keep that ankle and heel down on the ground. I want you to put a lot of weight into that hip. And if you feel like you're falling backwards, reach out in front of you to help counterbalance. I want this foot to have the toes pointing up, the knees pointing up, and the quadricep muscle pointing up. This is called external rotation. We'll need that later for the side splits, and I'll tell you more about it later when we get to the side splits. But once you've been here for a little bit, you do a couple of quick, gentle little pulses to get the muscles ready. I want you to try and squeeze and keep your butt as low as possible and get to the other side. That's one Cossack switch. We're going to go back and forth 5 times, and that'll be the end of our warm-up. We're getting into our actual stretches. All right? All right. We're going to pick up the pace after this one. So I hope you spent some time in each leg getting those muscles ready. Here's 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. All right. Let's get into the hamstring stretch. Whew. All right. Let's see. We have any questions, comments? Nope. No new ones. All right. For the hamstring stretch, I want you to stand up straight, take a step forward with the leg you want to stretch, and bring those hips down and back. You should get into a position where your upper body is almost horizontal or is approaching it, so you get the most gravity pulling down on your body. And keep in mind where your hips are. Your hips control the intensity of that stretch. The further back your hips, the more intense the stretch. All right, so let's get into a comfortable position. If you're off balance, go grab a stool, grab a chair, grab something to help you stay balanced. If you're feeling pretty good otherwise, widen your stance, get even more comfortable, and take a couple of deep breaths. Try to relax into the stretch real quick. And then we're going to start applying a little bit of pressure. So we're trying to bring our belly button down to the thighs, all right? Or our belly button down to the ground. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew. Hamstring stretch done, at least on the left side. Come on up, turn it around, and let's get going on the other side. Same thing, stand up straight, take a step forward with that leg you want to stretch. Throw the hips back. We're switching to the other side. And if you're feeling off balance already, grab something to help stabilize. Otherwise, widen your stance. Focus all of that weight onto the hamstring you want to stretch. And take a couple of breaths to try and relax and get into a deeper stretch. Remember, if you put your hips back, you'll get into a deeper stretch. All right, let's go. Belly button to thigh. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, I was trying way too hard. I have a crazy cramp in my abs. Hold on, give me a second. Working out the cramp. If that ever happens to you, and you have a healthy back, you can try to open up your abs by leaning back. But if you do it standing, you're gonna need your abs to help stabilize you. So you might be better off doing something like a cobra on the ground. It's like this. Oh, wow. Okay, that's nice. And that'll instantly release that muscle. All right, boom, that's done. Hopefully we're done with hamstrings for now, so it won't come back for a little bit. All right, after the hamstring stretch, we're doing the butterfly stretch. And what that looks like is, you know what a butterfly looks like, but hold on. We need to find a wall or something stable to use behind us, and I'll tell you why we need to do that right now. But if you can get to a wall or a door or something hard and stable and flat, get to it right now. Put your hips, your shoulders, your head against that wall, and then bring your feet together and pull them in towards you. The reason I like using a wall behind us is it helps to keep our posture nice and straight, and then it helps us apply a little bit of force into our legs to get into the stretch, and I'll show you that in a second. From here, I want you to focus on using the outer thigh muscles down here and down here, and the glutes. Clench them, work them real hard to help bring your knees down to the ground. You'll see that my feet are no longer touching perfectly flat and smooth together like this. They're opened out like that because my hips are opening out that way. All right. Once you are here, I want you to stick your shoulder into the wall behind you, or into the door, or into whatever it is behind you, and then put your hands on the knee and push down gently. All right. That's it. Let's hold this and apply steady pressure for 30 seconds. 30. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Don't forget you're using your muscles to try and pull your legs down in addition to pushing down with your hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, relax those arms. Let the legs come up. Relax the muscles that you were using to contract them. Whew. Then your knees come up a little bit more. And now, push those legs out. Give them a little bit of relaxation while I talk about the pancake. Third stretch that we're doing is called the pancake. And if you were seated on the ground, it would look a little like this. We would open up our hips as wide as we can go. And then we would bring our upper body forward in between our legs as much forward as possible. As you can see, my seated variation is not so good. So I'm going to do a standing variation. And if you are newer to stretching overall, I recommend you do the same. So what we're going to do is, in a standing position, open the legs wide until it gets uncomfortable. As soon as it starts hurting here in the hips, I want you to come back just a little bit. And I want you to focus on folding at the hips. All right? That's basically it. That's all you have to do so far for the pancake. You have two options from here, and you can, and I recommend this, stick your butt further out, just like how we were doing the hamstring stretch earlier, and that gives you the opportunity to extend your arms if you would like to help counterbalance that weight. Having the arms out here increases that leverage and makes the stretch more intense in the hamstrings back here. If you are feeling strong, you can grab your legs and pull yourself down into a deeper stretch. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds. All right, let's go. Remember, you're folding at the hips, and we're trying to bring the belly button down to the ground. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I wasn't really paying attention to how fast I was counting, but I felt like it passed really fast, so that's why I slowed down for the last 5. All right, I'm gonna shake out the legs. We got 2 more stretches to go. The next one is a little bit more chill. We're doing some pigeon. I'm gonna come in and check to see if there's some comments I need to reply to. Nope. We got 4 people on right now. If you have never been on before, we do 30 minutes of live side split stretching starting about 30 minutes ago. We ran into some technical difficulties, so we're running a little bit late. But we do this every single day to practice consistency, both for me and for you. And if you're interested in getting the side splits and building a little community around people who want the same goal, this is the right place for you. Hit subscribe, get notified so you can come back for the daily lives. They're basically the same time every day though, so, whatever works for you. All right, next stretch is the pigeon stretch. This basically looks like this. We're bringing our ankle up to the opposite hip, and then bring our chest down to that leg. We should feel the stretch in the outer glute, inner thigh, possibly the low back. Let's get ready to get to the ground. All right. Whew. If you get into this position and the hip is starting to feel a little bit tight, feel free to do a little bit of movement there to get some blood flowing, get those muscles loosened up, and then I want you to drop down, get those hips low and the chest low. You should feel the stretch working that outer glute right here. And we're gonna take a couple of deep breaths, relax, and hold for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Relax those muscles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, come on up. Switch to the other side. Bring that leg across. Again, feel free to work those hip muscles to loosen them up, because most people don't spend any time in this kind of position throughout the day. All right, bring the chest down, keep the hips low, and 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Whew. All right, come back up. Oh, man. Those are some of my favorite stretches because it's one of those ones where you can almost relax, but you also feel like a nice stretch. It's not immediately painful and you're like struggling to get out of and fighting for every second in that position. And there's something magical and wonderful about that because you're like, oh, I can get deeper. I can improve just by sitting here and relaxing. All right. We had a whole bunch of people just join in. We do 30 minutes of side split stretching every single day to practice consistency and build a little community around side splits. Hit subscribe if you want to get notified when we go live. All right. We are down to the last stretch, the final bit. We're doing the actual side splits. So for everybody just jumping in, this is probably exactly what you signed up for. To get into the side splits, if you have a little bit of flexibility already, this will be easy. If you are a little bit less flexible, I recommend you go grab a stool, a coffee table, a chair, something to give you a little bit of support in case you need it. We're just going to use it to help us stay balanced in this position in case you cannot reach the floor. All right? While we wait for people who need to grab things to go grab things, I'm going to talk about how we get down. If you are strong enough to slowly wiggle your way down like so into an extended open leg position, do that. If you can control the descent just by sliding out with your muscle power, awesome, do that. Once it becomes uncomfortable here, I want you to stick your butt out and get into sort of this push-up position so that your palms are down and your back is horizontal or close to it. And from here, if you lean a little bit on your hands, you should free up your legs to externally rotate. What externally rotating means is our toes, instead of pointing forward, are going to point up. So we're going to put our heels down into the ground. Our knees are pointing up, our quads are pointing up. We're going to do that on both legs. And by doing this, we allow our hips and our leg bones, the femur, to not get in the way of each other anatomically. And that means we should be able to slide a little bit deeper into a side split stretch. If you're able to, walk your hands back towards your hips. This will put more of your body weight right above your hips and help you get into a deeper side split looking stretch. And from here, we're going to hold for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. While we're stretching, if you realize you can suddenly get deeper, go ahead and do a little wiggle and see if you get into a deeper stretch. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. Use those push-up hands to crawl forward. Bring your legs in together. We're going to take a quick little tiny rest, and then we're going to get into 2 more rounds of that exact side split stretch. Each time we do it, I hope you're getting a little bit deeper and more focused specifically on the different muscles in the side split. I'm going to stand up and shake out those legs because they're feeling it after that first stretch. I'm going to double check how many people we still got on. Okay, good. Let's keep going. All right. If your muscles are feeling tight and really tense, feel free to make some fists. Give yourself a little bit of a pounding in those legs and hips. And When you're ready, let's get back into the side split. All right, same thing. We're gonna open up the legs. If you can wiggle your way down, great. If you can just slide out, also great. If you are low enough to put your hands on the ground, go ahead and do that. I want you to externally rotate your legs from here and walk those hands back into a side split stretch. Okay. When you're as deep as you can get for the moment, it's time to focus on the stretch. 30 seconds. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, get back into push-up hands and crawl forward. Come out of that stretch. Try your best to stand. Shake out those legs. Get a little bit of blood flow going. And we will take 20-30 seconds to rest and get back into our third and final side split stretch to wrap up for this evening. Whew. All right. Man, it's late. It's 40 minutes in. We had some earlier technical difficulties, and that's why we're running a little bit late. But this is the last round of side splits, and then we'll be done soon after. So let's get back into that final side split position. And if you can ready, do so. Throw those hips back, reach forward with your hands, get into a little push-up position, externally rotate the legs so that your toes, knees, and quads are pointing up. Walk those hands back so that you shift your weight into the hips and get deeper into the side split stretch position. And then from here, it's time for 30 seconds. Let's go. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, crawl forward, get out of that position. We're done. Shake out the legs, move around, do some wiggling, wiggle, hula hoop, whatever you need to do. Get that blood flow back into the limbs, and walk over back to the screen. And that's it. That's it. Thank you so much for coming in and practicing side splits with me today. I appreciate you showing up because you practice consistency and I practice consistency. All right. If you have not yet, please do hit subscribe so you get notified when we go live, and you can join to be part of our little community of side splitters and practice consistency together. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I will see you tomorrow and or soon. We're going to keep the same schedule for the rest of the month, hopefully without technical difficulties.